I am king.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to Royal Jokers. I am Constantine Royalty himself, and today we're going to be talking about Carnage Reigns. Carnage Reigns is a continuation of what's going on with Ram V and his Carnage run that is going on right now. Carnage Reign is basically going to be a crossover, and I am very excited about it, especially if you know anything about me. I am a huge Venom fan, so anything with symbiotes, especially Carnage or Toxin, or just any good story arc or crossover, I'm here for it. So to give a little backstory, like I said, this story is going off of Ram V edition of Carnage. So we start off this issue by basically Cletus Cassidy and Kenneth Neely taking over Diner. Now, Kenneth Neely was a character in the Carnage arc with Ram V, who basically admired anything from Carnage or Cletus Cassidy, that he would go around and murder people himself and put like butterflies in their stomach, so when they're found, the butterflies would fly out and it would be beautiful in his eyes. He was an artiste, as he would say, so that's why they called him the artist. But he ended up getting found by Carnage first. Now, Carnage basically used and manipulated him, and Kenneth Neely started to see how sadistic and crazy Carnage was, and he knew the only person that could stop him was Cletus Cassidy. So he went to seek out Cletus Cassidy for help and trying to stop Carnage. But with doing that, he tried to manipulate Cletus Cassidy by basically saying that you're nothing without him, and that the world forgot who you are, and that they truly only feared Carnage. So Cletus Cassidy took him to a diner just to show him how ferocious and how crazy he is. It was at one point where one of the dudes that he was about to kill was going to call 911, and Kenneth Keeley tried to stop him from calling 911, and Cletus Cassidy said, "No, you're not understanding what I'm trying to do here. Let him call 911, let him ask for help, and after he does that, I promise you I will kill him, but I'm just gonna let you live a little bit longer to do that for me." So we start off at this diner, and mind you, the police and everybody are outside, the big guns. Spider-Man has to come in because they got word that Cletus Cassidy is inside and he's causing all type of trouble and mayhem. But when Miles Morales get inside of this diner, it doesn't look like there's any trouble at all. Now, the reason for that is because Carnage now has this power to warp reality. He basically kills everybody inside of that diner, but he's making it seem like everybody is just going on with their lives, eating like a regular diner. There's no trouble at all, and Miles Morales is kind of confused from this, so he's trying to figure out what exactly is going on and where is Cletus Cassidy. Then he hears a faint voice coming from the back of the diner, and it's basically Kenneth Neely. And he said, "Hey, I took the liberty of ordering for you. Come sit with me." And Miles is basically like, "Okay, what's going on and where's Cletus?" And Kenneth is saying that, he didn't share any of the information with me. I guess we will have to see when he arrives and everything. And then an angry guy just stands up out of nowhere and says, "Hey, you smell different. You're not my Spider-Man," basically is what he's saying. And he's getting even more angered by it, because now he wants to know, who are you? Now, a brief look back. Miles Morales and Carnage really has never seen each other before or faced off against each other before. The only time they've ever seen each other that I can remember is in Absolute Carnage, that led to the King in Black story arc. And basically, Carnage does take over Miles Morales' body at one point in time, and Miles Morales somehow, some way, finds a way to fight him off and basically take his body back over. Now, after Carnage takes a bite of Miles Morales, it cuts off and shows a scene of where the Scorpion, now if you don't know, Scorpion has also been encountered with Carnage from the Absolute Carnage arc. Basically, Carnage breaks his back as Scorpion is trying to get away. So now it's clear that he's been recruited by the CDC and they're trying to stop Cletus Cassidy. And now Mac, aka Scorpion, wants his revenge. So now they're going to send him in to take care of him. Now, granted, Scorpion is no match for Carnage at all. The strongest he's ever been is when he had the Venom symbiote himself, and that was back when Kingpin was the mayor, and he created his own Avengers, and Scorpion was Venom and under his team at the time. But nonetheless, he's really no match for Carnage. So we skip back to where Carnage and Miles Morales is fighting, and Carnage is basically giving Miles the business. He has the upper hand. He's biting on him. He's basically overpowering him. Now, to me, I feel like Miles really hasn't fought anybody anywhere near the level of Carnage. The only time that you can probably say that he's fought heavy hitters was during the Secret Wars run with Jonathan Hickman, but other than that, his villains himself aren't as powerful as Carnage. So this is a tall task for him, and he managed to get away from Carnage in this first battle between them, injured and all. And Carnage only seems to be getting angrier and more powerful, but he's also seems to be playing with his food. He's basically wanting to torture Miles Morales, and then he wants to break his will and then finish him off. Like, Carnage really has no plan in what he does a lot of time. You know, he is a perfect example of what happens when the Joker gets the symbiote. The only difference between them two is Carnage does want to cause absolute carnage. That's it. Sometimes there's no rhyme or reason in what he does. He just loves to kill. That's his thing. Now, while Miles is getting away and Carnage is trying to pursue him, the police tries to step in and take Cassidy down, and Cassidy is not having it. He is having fun dismantling these people. It is just crazy how easy he's going through these people, killing them, breaking necks, laughing, and just doing all type of crazy stuff to these police, and it's just no effect to him at all. You almost want to say, why did they send them in the first place? Because they cannot mess with him. So you bring in Scorpion, and Scorpion still has his grudge. He still wants to take out Cletus, but once I said, he's not a match for Cletus Cassidy at all, even without the Carnage symbiote. And so they start to battle, and it's clear that Cletus Cassidy is just way too powerful for him. He has just turned Scorpion up with ease. Now we skip over to when Miles is trying to get away. Miles basically finds a survivor, and he's trying to save him from any harm or any damage, because that's what Spider-Mans do. Spider-Man's their morale compass is so high that they want to save people at all costs, even if it means costing them their lives. So he basically sees a guy hiding behind the stove, picks him up, tells him, come on, I'm gonna take you to safety, talking to him as if, you know, you would be safe here. And all along it was Cletus Cassidy just playing around with Miles. Now you're probably thinking, well, how's Cletus Cassidy fighting the cops, fighting Scorpion, and about to trick Miles Morales? Well, that's what I'm saying. Cletus Cassidy, this power he has to warp reality, especially in just this small diner. Now, he doesn't have the reality warping of the magnitude of a Scarlet Witch or anybody of that power. Not yet anyway. But just this power alone, just this significant reality warp, shows you how much powerful he is now compared to when he was first introduced to us from the Amazing Spider-Man. So this guy is on a whole nother level now, and it's just not close. Miles cannot take this guy by himself. So when he finally reveals that it was a trick the whole time and that it's still Cletus Cassidy, he starts putting a beating on Miles again, over and over again, and having fun while doing it, not hesitating, holding back any punches or anything. And Miles looked like he's not going to make it. It looked like this might be the end for Miles, and then boom, Scorpion steps in and basically knocks out Cletus Cassidy from behind and tries to get Miles Morales out of there. And just soon as they think that they are free and that they're able to walk away and that, they can live to fight again another day, Carnage reawakens and he stabs Scorpion through the chest. And you see him standing in that Extremio suit, where it's just basically a new symbiote form of Carnage, of Iron Man and Carnage symbiote bonded together with Cletus Cassidy mind controlling it all. So he is just so powerful without the original symbiote of Carnage. He is able to do all this without that. So just imagine if him and the Carnage symbiote was still combined somehow. It would be crazy how powerful he is. So he basically stabs Scorpion a couple of times, and when it all looked like it's over, everything is bleak, Miles tries to use his last Hail Mary, and he uses the Venom Buster. And because the suit that Carnage has, or not Carnage, Cletus Cassidy has, it's still a reactor. It's still an Iron Man suit, so there's still electrical pulses going through it, and it is affected big time by the Venom Buster. Once Miles uses it, there is a huge boom, and that is where this issue ends. And this looked like this series, this story arc is going to be amazing, because not only does it starts from Carnage, but it also runs into the Miles Morales Amazing Spider-Man. It also runs into Red Goblin, and then that's when we pick back up with Carnage Reigns Alpha. So man, this is amazing. If y'all want me to go back and talk about the Carnage arc that Ram V is doing right now, to give y'all a little backstory, more of a backstory, just put it in the comments and let me know. This channel will not only just be going over Marvel comics, we will be going over DC comics as well, manga comics. We'll be doing movie reviews to any comic book movies. We even do indie comics. If there's any extra comics or any story arc that we haven't covered, let us know. We'll read them and we'll go over and then put our opinions on it. Or if you want to just debate with us or have conversations about comics, all is welcome. But other than that, I appreciate y'all stopping by. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe, hit that little bell, and we will see you next time. Peace.